Welcome to our top 5 Wednesday, guys. This week is top 5 teen horror books.
Woo!
We realized that a lot of teen horror books are more just like supernatural creepy and not actually horror
Or
books.
paranormal romancy.
Yeah, not very scary. But what we did come up with, we felt like struck fear into our hearts. First on our list, we have Peeps by Scott Westerfeld.
Now this book isn't necessarily scary in the traditional scary kind of way. It's a vampire novel. Vampirism is a disease. This isn't anything new in this day and age. That's like, look at the strain. But it's the alternating chapters that make it horrific.
Because in between each chapter, he gives you little facts about real life. Real life parasites in general. And just all the things that can eat you and transform your body. And probably just live in the dark, icky places that you don't want to
It's like, hey, do you like your steak like medium rare?
Oh,
Guess what you could be eating? And you're just sitting there and you're just like, oh my goodness. Why am I doing this to myself? And all of a sudden the vampire peep zombie things aren't as scary. And it's like what could be in your gut right now.
Do you like swimming? Hookworms!
Whee!
They come in, they lay their eggs in you, and then they explode out the end of your feet. Fun!
So yeah, it is definitely a book worth checking out. It's kind of different.
And it makes you very uncomfortable.
But it's awesome. Next on our list is The Merciless. It's a very recent book. And it is kind of a return to the Exorcist kind of horror. The main character, she hooks up with this group of friends. And they're following this other girl who they're like, oh, she needs our help. She's possessed by a demon. We're going to exorcise her. And you're just like, oh, well, how's this going to go wrong? Well, they go to an abandoned house. And what does the exorcism include? Torture!
Oh, good.
So basically this entire book you have to try and figure out, is this girl possessed by a demon? Or is somebody else in this group possessed by a demon? Or is this just pure human treachery at its finest? And it's kind of creepy, but it's definitely a good read. So if you like the whole horror, like demon possession kind of genre or like psychological horror, then I definitely recommend checking it out. I think I posted a review, a text review to Dota. I'll link that in the thingy.
Next up, we have another book by an author we've read a long, long time ago. Still haunts me to this day. This is The Haunting of Elizabeth Cray by Chris Whitting. And oh my god, was that traumatizing.
I still, if I'm walking down the street by myself, I refuse to look over my shoulder more than twice. If I look like...
Because there's this thing where, like, it's, like, got, like, rules that it has to follow. And it's, if you look over your shoulder more than 3 times,
It'll catch you.
It'll kill you. You look over your shoulder twice, you are fine. You will get home okay. But 3 times, and you're dead.
And there's like this creepy scarecrow. And
that's also a serial killer.
It's just like the greatest hits of terrifying.
There's things in the dark. There's just
Demon
demons.
possession. It's just
creepy old witch women things.
It's a book that I read in high school that I really want to reread and see if it's as scary as I remember it being.
But oh my god, did it traumatize us as kids? Yes, it did. Next up, we have Coraline by Neil Gaiman.
Oh, Neil Gaiman.
For any of you who saw the movie, aka me, it was still pretty traumatizing. I mean, just the whole buttons for eyes. Let me sew those on you, my dear. Like, oh my god. Terrifying.
Neil Gaiman, there was an interesting quote recently where he's like, children don't really know what horror is. It's adults that tell them that they should be scared of things. And if you kind of look at Coraline with that kind of lens, it becomes really, like, different. But man, that book's traumatizing.
So, are you going to be experimenting on your kids? Be like, okay, sweetie, I'm going to read you this book now. Hope you don't have nightmares. Let's not do that to our kids, okay?
It's a good book, though. I do recommend it. Like,
oh, yeah. Last but not least, we have
The Book of Lost Things.
your special favorite.
This is, like, kind of close to my heart, but also kind of traumatizing. I had read a book by this author, John Connolly, previously, and it was this kind of like Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, fun romp with demons, ha ha ha. And I find out that he has this other kind of fantasy book, and I'm like, sweet, fairy tales, my favorite, let's read this. Worst mistake of my life. This book messed with me on just like a different level. Just like, think of your fairy tales, think of your traditional fairy tales, and how twisted they are. Now just ramp up like the twisted crazy to like another like 105%, and you have this book. It is just like, the main antagonist is just called the Crooked Man, and if that doesn't like bring images, I believe Snow White.
The Slender Man, like.
Snow White is a cannibal, there are these giant worms, just like this world is wrong. And there's the little kid who's like walking through it, and you're just like, you're gonna die. And this book was originally marketed to like horror and fantasy, but somebody somewhere got this brilliant idea. Let's slap a YA cover on it and stick it in the teen section.
My favorite. So yeah.
Yeah.
That was our list of our favorite horror teen books. And I'm sure there's more, but...
What is your favorite horror teen book and why? How did it traumatize you?
Alright, see you guys later.